So could the Yankees make this particular trade? Put this little gift under Santa's stocking under the tree. Let me know what your thoughts are. Going on, gang? Hope you're doing well. Before I go any further, Merry Christmas. I know it's Christmas Eve. If you celebrate Christmas, celebrate Hanukkah, Merry, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, happy holidays to all of you. I appreciate everything that you've done, all the support you've given, the love that you've given to the channel in the year, and I hope that you continue to do in 2025. Next year be bigger than the last. We're going to try and get to 30,000 subs in 2025. So your support's greatly appreciated. It really means the world. The Yankees have been the busiest team so far this offseason, right? By far. And then there's also, 2 months left before spring training starts. So I know there's going to be a quiet period. There's going to be a lot of chamber, people chattering into the chamber that the Yankees haven't done anything. They've done most of their heavy lifting already early before everybody else. And we're getting some news here. We're getting some news here. And so on. The Yankees added Brennan there, an outfielder today, kind of minor league deal. That could be a preemptive strike to a Tren Grisham trade. Okay, this is a 25-year-old outfielder, okay, with a good amount of speed and athleticism who hasn't started his service clock yet. He's been in the minor leagues. So that means he's got 3 years of pre-arb and 3 years of arb ahead of him. Those are controllable years. I know Everson Pereira is coming back from Tommy John, but another piece of outfield depth. And he could, supply the AAA system with a lot of depth as well. Their AAA 49, their AAA depth is not that deep in the outfield. And Everson Pereira, I don't even know if he's going to start there since coming off of Tommy John. So this is a good, valuable piece they brought in. These are the types of moves that Brian Cashman makes up quite often that either serve as depth in the minors or preemptive strike to a future move and so on. So, but this could make it easier to move Trent Grisham, okay, in a trade if they want to do that. But would I be upset if they kept Trent Grisham as a fourth outfielder? No. But I do think he deserves, an opportunity for some consistent playing time. And if it's not going to be here, it's going to be elsewhere. Now that they brought in Cody Bellinger, it's going to be harder to play Trent Grisham. And if they move on from him, I thank him for being a good Yankee this year and a good player. So with that said, there's another trade that I think the Yankees might be wise to make or try to make. And again, you let me know what your thoughts are. And if you're a baseball fan, you're a Yankee fan, you're not subbed to this channel, make sure you do that right now. Just turn on your notifications. And let me know in the comments if you subscribe. I want to just thank you for it. I really do. It really means the world. But now, a couple things. This is a trade with the Marlins. Here's fact number one. The Marlins traded away their first baseman, Jake Burger, to the Texas Rangers. They also traded away Jesus Luzardo to the Phillies this week. So they traded away one of their starting pitchers. Okay. They're also going to be the recipients of a good chunk, upwards of $70+ million in revenue sharing money. Okay, but there's a caveat to it. The MLB Players Association potentially could file a grievance against the Marlins for pocketing this money and not spending on their roster. This is where the Yankees come in my opinion, on a potential trade. Okay, this is the target. This is Andrewnardy, left-handed reliever. He's 20. He's going into his age 26 season. Okay. Now, he's got 1 year of pre-arb and 3 years of arb left before he's a free agent. 4 years of control before he becomes a free agent. This is the type of guy that profiles as a perfect target for Brian Cashman, right? And we don't have any lefty relievers right now. I know there was talk about them re-signing Tim Hill. It hasn't happened yet. So Andrewnardy, to me, represents a good fit. Just to give you an example, he doesn't have a flashy ERA, but he's got 70 Ks at 49 innings pitched. He's got 167 Ks in his career over 121 innings pitched. So he strikes out almost, 13 guys per 9 innings. That's pretty darn good. Okay, we already added 2 strikeout pitchers with Devin Williams and Fernando Cruz on the right-hand side. This could be another strikeout guy on the left-handed side, and particularly if they do not want to spend the money that it might require to get a guy like Tanner Scott in free agency. I would love for them to do that, but this is a viable option. I don't know if the Marlins are going to make him available, but if they do, I would propose Marcus Stroman, okay, as a starting pitcher to replace Jesus Luzardo, who can throw some innings and would help facilitate that expectation to spend money on players. And then I would try to add Ben Rice to it. Ben Rice to replace Jake Berger, right? First base. So Marcus Stroman and Ben Rice over to the Marlins for an Andrewnardy trade. That's my proposal for this one right here. It addresses needs on both sides. Gives the Yankees a lefty reliever that they need very much, and it gives the Marlins a starting pitcher and a first baseman, which they need very much. Looking at their depth chart and their 40-man roster, it's not very substantial, the Marlins. So particularly as it comes to first base. And I do think, Ben Rice can slide right in right now at the major league level and perform for them and probably contribute for them, okay, in a market that's not as vicious as the New York market as well. As it's sometimes it's not always calling them up that's the problem, right? Their performance, that's the problem. It's teams' impatience that could be the problem. Fans' impatience that could be the problem. A lot of us, we demand immediate results from players that come here, right? And when it doesn't happen, people start to get a little fired up. So the Marlins will present, I think, a little bit more of a better environment for probably Marcus Stroman and a Ben Rice. And I would thank them if they were moved on in the trade, whether it be here or the Marlins or someone else. I would thank them for being good Yankees. And Marcus Stroman wears emotions on his sleeve. He really loved being a Yankee, and I enjoyed having him here as a Yankee. So, but the expectation right now, it's not the reality yet. The expectation is that it does get moved. The key is just finding where can we move into a team that is not going to necessarily require the Yankees to eat a chunk of the money. This is where the Marlins are the perfect fit because of their financial situation. Because of the fact they've offloaded a starting pitcher 3 days ago to a division rival, Philadelphia. So this is a way of supplanting that pitching, adding 150, 170 innings right back into the fold, while addressing the requirement that they need to spend some of the money in revenue sharing. Okay, because Jack Flaherty in free agency is going to cost more than Marcus Stroman. Corbin Burns is going to cost twice and almost 3 times the amount, right? That's not going to happen in the Marlins. So Walker Buehler just signed with the Boston Red Sox. So who else is available? Stroman and I just re-signed with the Mets. So who's available that could be a contributor to the Marlins? I think it's Marcus Stroman, and you combine it with Ben Rice, you kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. You address 2 positions for the Marlins. They address a position for us. And if we can clear most or all of the contract, then it frees up some more flexibility for the Yankees to maybe pad what they're looking to do at second base or third base in a trade. Unless they're going to sign Ha-Seong Kim in for agency, there's talk about Gleyber Torres for this and that, but I can't see Gleyber Torres coming back, just like I don't see Anthony Rizzo coming back here. I wish them both well, but I don't see them coming back here now. Ha-Seong Kim represents a much better fit. And ideally, if we brought Paul Goldschmidt here at first base, we want to improve the infield defense. We brought in Max Fried, who induces a lot of ground ball play. We need to improve the infield defense. Gleyber Torres, unfortunately, does not help in that situation. Okay, it's a good bat, talented player, no doubt, but it does not help in that situation. Ha-Seong Kim does. Okay, so do these other guys. Paul Goldschmidt does, 4-time Gold Glover. Okay, and if you can keep Volpe at short, you can keep Jazz Chisholm at third, who's got a cannon for an arm. And you get a full year of Jazz Chisholm now at third base. Let him get used to the position. Might be a good idea. But this particular trade, I think, is a good trade that can work for both teams, that I think is a doable trade. I think the money would work out either way. And I think it would make the Yankees, again, at the end of the day, make the bullpen better. We want to make sure we want to make that bullpen as strong as possible. So give me your thoughts. We're still brainstorming about the other trades. Who could they trade for that infield spot, right? The second base or third base. We're going to keep our eyes on that. There's a lot of chatter about Nolan Arenado, this and that, and so on. But again, I look at what the market does, what the team is looking to do. I don't really base my arguments on the Twitter sphere. Okay? I don't find that to be the gospel for knowledge when it comes to baseball. So, and I hope that you don't either. But I understand people go with a lot of talking points on Twitter. So do YouTubers too, content creators. And it is what it is. But this trade right here, I think, is a good trade. Give me your thoughts, okay? If anything else comes out today, you'll get it. Happy, merry, love you guys. You're the best. See you next time.